What is up, guys and girls? Hurricane Liz here, and I'm back talking more about my reselling journey. And this time around, we're going to talk about how to cop a PS5 on Walmart. Not only Walmart specifically, but on all the sites. I will give and run through my top tips and tricks in order to grab that PS5 tonight on Walmart, which goes live at 9 p.m. Eastern. So we're going to talk about all that and a heck of a lot more, including the best sites you've got a chance at catching that actual PS5. So let's go ahead and do this. All right, so first and foremost, I just wanted to point out, man, Walmart has really gone pretty bananas with the amount of advertising they've actually done on this PS5 and the Black Friday deals in general, but they pretty much got smack dab right on the top of YouTube showing Black Friday deals. Now, here's the interesting thing. There was a lot of skepticism, a lot of people go up in arms about Walmart constantly changing the times and never really having a solid site in place for people to actually go and buy these PS5s. But before, they were advertising this as being dropped on Wednesday, 11/25 at 7 p.m. Eastern. But since then, things have changed and they've completely changed their time. When we go straight onto their site, it clearly says 9 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday, the 25th. So Walmart, I can say this much. Originally, when they first launched and they had the original drop, it was a big pain in the ass. There was a lot of bad things that they had in place. And so a lot of frustrated people came out empty-handed, and the bots pretty much took over Walmart at that time as they had no bot protection in place. Not to think that their actual bot protection this time around, which will more than likely be CAPTCHA, is going to stop bots either way. But I will show you a couple tips and tricks at the end of this video how you can actually have a chance at competing with the bots. And I will say this much, I have managed to cop 2 PS5s, none of them having been on Walmart. So I'm going to go ahead and run down every single site where these PS5s have dropped and what kind of actual protection they have in place and or how they are dropping them. But I will say another thing, Amazon has really scarcely dropped these PS5s. So my best guess is that tonight they will be dropping them periodically around the 7 to 9 p.m. time, just to combat the fact that Walmart, which is their biggest competitor, is going to drop these babies at 9 p.m. So be prepared, have Amazon up on the side, be constantly looking at Amazon if you don't have a monitor. But if you're in need of a monitor or you need somebody to notify you when they are live at any one of those sites, remember to join my personal Discord group. The link is below in the description. That is open for another week, absolutely free for everyone. So not only do we have PS5s in there, we've got the Mario Kart 8 Nintendo Switches and Xboxes, which is off the chain, plus a lot of Pokemon cards and a lot of other hot items like heaters. So let's go ahead and talk about the other sites other than Walmart, and then we'll jump back over into Walmart and I will give you my top tips and tricks in order to grab one of these babies tonight. All right, so let's go to talk about the little talked about sites like Costco. Costco, in fact, does have the PS5 as well as the Xbox. They are dropping them periodically, but only in bundles. However, pretty much on Costco and Sam's Club, as well as BJ's, it is a first come, first serve. So pretty much as soon as it goes live, all you got to do is try and refresh and hit the add to cart button. Make sure that you have all your profiles set up at every single site and you have your actual shipping address as well as billing address and your payment already put on those sites, because as I said, it is old-fashioned first come, first serve. And it's pretty easy to get if you have everything in place. Now, I have fumbled several times on these sites. Not only have I had the wrong address as well as the wrong payment, and by the time I manually enter it, pretty much they're all gone. So be prepared on these sites. Now, there was a lot of controversy around Kohl's recently actually dropping the PS5. It was a huge mishap. I did not participate only because I know that Kohl's in the past has been very well known for sending out cancellation emails. So I will not even jump into Kohl's. I will stay away from that as far as I can. The other site that I wanted to talk about is GameStop, which also, GameStop, it's been quite annoying as to how they're actually launching these things. They have this really weird system where you have to keep refreshing and then you got to try to hit add to cart, and then it'll usually give you a, there's nothing available at this time, please refresh in 3 to 5 minutes. So you have to constantly have auto refresh or keep manually auto refreshing it. Now, I will say that a quick tip here is you want to get a Chrome extension called Auto Refresh Plus. Once you add this up to Chrome, you have the choice of either refreshing this for a certain period of time. There's 3 seconds, there's 5 seconds, and there's a lot of other seconds. You don't want to put it on 1 second because the big problem with Auto Refresh Plus is Once you have that auto refresh on, if you hit auto refresh and you cannot turn it off within the point where it puts the actual PlayStation 5 in your cart, it could screw things up and take the PlayStation 5 out of your cart. So make sure you have it set to either 3 seconds or 5 seconds, and it'll continue to auto refresh it, and then you can hit that add to cart. And if it puts it in your cart, what you can do next is quickly turn it off and then go to your cart and finish the checkout process. This will work on a site like GameStop, and it'll work on a couple of other sites. However, like I said, GameStop is not one of my favorite places to actually grab the PS5, and they do release them periodically, both the single console as well as they bundle it up with a couple different options for games as well as controllers. But as I said before, GameStop certainly not one of my favorite sites. I've tried many times, and it ends up me being there at my chair for about an hour long trying to refresh that bitch, and by the end of it, I'm just pretty much frustrated, and there's very few people that I've seen that have actually copped on this site. All right, so the next site that I want to talk about, and perhaps my favorite actual site to cop these PS5s, is Best Buy. Now, Best Buy, what they actually implement is an add to cart, and then they put you in a queue, and then a couple minutes, it could be 10 minutes, it could be 15 minutes later, the add to cart will show up yellow again, and you'll have the opportunity to actually really add it to your cart and then go straight to checkout. It's kind of similar to Sony's queue system. However, you have to hit that add to cart twice in order to make sure that you actually grab one of these things. Now, the other fantastic thing about Best Buy that I wanted to talk about that is also rumored to be happening tonight on Walmart is that you can actually buy it online and pick it up in stores. So what does this basically mean? Well, it means that you're only competing with the people that are regional to your area. So it limits the amount of actual bots being used worldwide for the actual drops. And now you're only competing with the people that are local in your area. And if you got a lot of Best Buys, well, then you have a lot of opportunities to actually grab this. Same thing is potentially going to happen on Walmart tonight. They will give you the option to pick up in store, which is off the chain, because if you can actually grab one of these, like I said, you're only competing with the people in your actual area, and it increases your odds to actually cop one of these babies. So like I said, Best Buy, always one of my favorites. And again, like I said, if you jump into my Discord server, I will give you alerts to all these sites, including Amazon, Best Buy, Walmart, and Target, which let's talk about Target and Walmart and a little known site that you can actually use to see if your local Target and or Walmart has some in stock sitting around at their store. Now, there's two sites you can actually use. The first being BrickSeek. All right, so in BrickSeek, all you got to do is hit PlayStation 5. Here we go. We've got PlayStation 5 console. Just click into that and you can click check inventory. All you got to do is hit your zip code here and hit show offers. And this can potentially tell you if they have some in stock. There is a chance that some of them do get some for Black Friday, and you can actually physically go to the store and pick up your actual PS5. So you can see here that at Walmart, they show 6+ at every single store, which, as I said earlier, it could potentially be for the actual buy online, pick up at store. So keep your eye out for that actual option. I would 100% go for this option as opposed to the actual ship to you option, because your chances and your odds of copying one of these are much higher. And pretty much right now, I don't see any in Target. They're completely out of stock, as well as Best Buy. Now, the second site that you can use is called Pop Finder, which all you got to do is come into each store individually. You'll see that right here, they've got Target inventory. They do not have Walmart as far as I can remember, but all you've got to do is right here under consoles, click on whichever PS5 you want to actually have a peek at, and then right here, scroll on down, enter your zip code right here, and then hit get stock. And again, it'll tell you exactly how many are at any Targets near you. As you can see, there are 0 available at the Targets near me, which the odds of them selling them on Black Friday physically in store are pretty much slim to none, since there is no inventory at my local Targets. Okay, so the only other things that I wanted to mention, remember, GameStop will have the PS5s available once again on the 27th, so the odds are pretty high for them also to have Xbox. Don't sleep on those Xboxes. Those Xboxes are doing pretty good if you're actually a reseller, and they will get you some lunch money, so I would never pass up on those ever. Now, the last thing that I wanted to leave you guys off with is this recent tweet by PlayStation themselves, which basically is saying that the PS5 launch has been their biggest launch ever, and they did want to confirm that there is more PS5 inventory on the way before the end of the year. So that's reassuring for those of you that have not copped an actual PS5. However, if you follow most of the strategies that I actually cover next, then your odds are quite high. So let's go ahead and start out with those actual couple strategies. The first one is make sure you are logged into Walmart and you have all your profiles set up, as well as your payment information and your shipping information. If you got all that set up, then you're perfectly fine, and all you got to do is hit go. and add to cart, and then jump in there and grab that thing and check out, and it'll be seamless and easy. Now, the second tip I kind of already gave away, that is get this auto refresh thing on your actual Chrome browser and set it to every 3 seconds. And remember, once you hit go and start on it and it starts refreshing every 3 seconds, it'll give you the opportunity to try and hit add to cart. If you get it in cart, immediately go to the Chrome extension and turn this thing off, and then complete the checkout process. Do not forget to do that, because the odds are if you don't do that, you might not actually get this and you might screw up and that PS5 might jump out of your cart. So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3 is make sure you use some sort of autofill software in order to enter all your information, just in case there's any of it missing. I like to use one provided by Dashlane, but there's a lot of others out there. One called Autofiller and a couple others that I don't know the names, but I've just heard of people using them. So do your research, get an autofill software, and make sure you can automatically enter that information instead of manually putting it. As I told you earlier, I missed out on the one at Costco because I had to manually enter my information, which was incorrect. So double check your information and use an autofiller. And then the last and final tip is, since we will have and see CAPTCHAs more than likely, because that is Walmart's choice to combat the bots, there is a secret website that you can go to verify yourself. Now, I'll put the website in the actual description below, but if you go to this website about a couple minutes right before the actual drop, the chances of you getting CAPTCHA are very slim. So just go here, enter your name, enter your email, and then hit I'm not a robot, and then hit submit, and it's going to say verification success. Hooray. So that will limit the amount of CAPTCHAs that you get. Like I said, you are going to be competing with some bots on this, because Walmart has selected to go with the CAPTCHA service, which is a very low bot protection strategy that's pretty cheap. So the odds are the bots will be out there and they will be copying. So you are competing with them. This will heighten your chances for success. And that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully you enjoy some of these strategies, and hopefully you cop that thing tonight. So good luck to all of you, and I will see you all in the next video.